Good afternoon, my beautiful family. I hope all is well with you guys. I am doing really good. I'm hanging in there. Had a very busy day today. A few personal appointments and some, a couple of business appointments, but really long day today. So I'm trying to wind down and I wanted to come on just for a few minutes. Not gonna be long, and just share some information. Actually, give you a few more of my books that I told you I wanted to try to come on every 2 or 3 weeks and share my library with you, so you can see the type of information that I'm getting, and kind of see how I'm learning some of the things that I talk about and share. And I wanted to say too, these energies are really working me. So many of us are feeling all of the energies that are taking place in the atmosphere, and I tell you, I hear people talk about it a lot here lately, and it's causing a lot of what I'm hearing people say is a lot of them are feeling a lot of some stress, some emotional stuff, and confusion, all kinds of little emotions people are dealing with, coming from the cosmic changes that are taking place in the atmosphere. So, and I can feel a little bit of it myself, but I know what's happening. As I understand it better and better, I'm able to embrace it more and more. So it's a beautiful thing, and we'll get through it, all of us. And I know many of you are feeling it because I'm hearing about it. So, but it's going to be a beautiful thing. We just have to move through it gracefully as we can. So I just wanted to come on just for a few minutes. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just want to share these books that I'm reading or anticipating to read, so that you can get this information and you can kind of look into the books yourselves and do your little research and see if these books might be something that will resonate with you and help you on your journey. There's so much, I have so much interest right now in different areas that I may purchase the information and hold on to it till I get to read it, but I'll have it when that time comes. So some of the books I've read, and some I haven't yet, but I do own the books, and so at some point, like I said, I'll get to it. But anyway, I wanted to start by sharing the first one with you. This book is called Thy Name is Voodoo. Let me show it to you. Thy Name is Voodoo, and it's by y'all know I gotta do this, right? I try to hold off as long as I can. Mami Wata Priestess. And this book was recommended to me by a very articulate young lady that teaches on YouTube. It came highly recommended, and I was looking into learning more and more about putting together my altar, and I was really interested in the background of voodoo and what it means, and what it's all about. Also, when I read the story and became familiar with the story 1804, the Haitian Revolution, I immediately was interested in getting more information on the science of voodoo, which is definitely what they use to help conquer those 3 nations. And so this book also, I'm actually reading it now. It's also helping me with understanding how the Haitians were able to accomplish what they did, which is they're the only group that I know that has gained their own independence and conquered actually 3 nations, and they went in and helped other groups conquer and become free as well. So I'm like, hey, whatever they use, you know, it had to be something phenomenal, and it actually was this science, the science of voodoo. And so this book is helping me to learn more about how they were able to do that. It's an awesome book, guys, and I would recommend it. This young lady recommended it to me, and I definitely am glad that she did. But it's Thy Name is Voodoo, Conversations with Mame Wata Priestess. It's a phenomenal read, and I'm reading it right now, and I am really enjoying it. The second book that I want to suggest to you, I was not even familiar with the term Anunnaki. Some people pronounce it Anunnaki, and some people pronounce it Anunnaki. Anunnaki. I can't even say. But it's pronounced in different ways, but Anunnaki is the most popular that I have heard. And so getting used to that term and learning about who the Anunnakis are, and all of the information that, you know, comes with that term, this book was recommended to me, and I picked it up, and it's called 2022 Anunnaki Code, and it says the end of the world and their return to Earth. This is the 4th edition, but it's the 2022 Anunnaki Code. So I have read this book by Maximilien de Lafayette. This book blew my mind. It has some very deep information in there, and being that the Anunnaki, the term Anunnaki was new to me, and then when I read this book and a lot of the information I had been told about the Anunnakis, and I saw it in this book, and it just, you know, even made me even more inspired and, you know, fascinated to be able to, you know, get this information. But it is definitely a book if you're interested in understanding better what's said to come here in the very near future. And actually they say this year, 2022, and we're gonna see, because it's in this book, 2022 Anunnaki Code. This would be a book that you know, I would highly recommend if you're really interested in, you know, learning about what they say is coming and in this year. So that this is one I wanted to introduce to you, and you can look up the reviews, you can look up excerpts, and it'll give you all kinds of information. But it actually talks about, it goes back into history, and it also talks about what's to come this year involving the Anunnakis. Okay, and for those who know who they are, if you're not familiar, get familiar with that term and what it means and who they are. Okay, and so the third book I wanted to mention is called The Ascension Mysteries by David Wilcock. Now this book I have not read yet, but I am definitely excited. If I could take on a third book, actually fourth book at the same time, I would. But I'm kind of I'm already in the midst of reading 3, so I can't take on a 4th just yet. But this book, David Wilcock, this is a real highly recommended book, and a lot of the some of the teachers that I follow have recommended these books, and then some friends and family members, you know, I get all kinds of recommendation when I'm talking about certain topics, and people will recommend books to me. So I'll do my own little research, and if it resonates and I think it might help me in my gaining knowledge, I'll purchase them. But this book says New York Times best-selling author David Wilcock takes readers on a gripping journey through the history of the universe and his own personal experiences that describes the secret cosmic battle between positive and negative happening every day, hidden in both the traumas of our own lives and the world's headlines. This book, also it says here, alien enthusiasts who love corroborating proofs will find the large amount of new details satisfying, and those who find Wilcox personally compelling will love the juicy details of his youth. Publishers Weekly wrote that. So this book is supposed to be, and my research and looking at the forward and the reviews, it's supposed to be a really amazing read. But it's the Ascension Mysteries, revealing the cosmic battle between good and evil. And this is by David Wilcox. This came highly recommended. The fourth book I want to mention is The Future of the Mind by, if I'm pronouncing his name correct, Mikio Kaku. Let me show you the book just in case you want to pull it up and just take a look at it for yourself. Mikio Kaku. And this is the scientific quest to understand, enhance, and empower the mind. So right now, especially with all the things that are going on right now today in this mental war, the spiritual/mental war, this book was highly recommended to me to help understand it, and to understand the mind and how the mind really works. The Future of the Mind brings a topic that once belonged solely to the province of science fiction into a startling new reality. It's reality for us now with all that we're experiencing. This scientific tour de force unveils the astonishing research being done in top laboratories around the world, all based on the latest advancements in neuroscience and physics, including recent experiments in telepathy, mind control, avatars, telekinesis, and recording memories and dreams. If you have a strong interest in learning about the mind and how this information can tie into what we're experiencing today, then get this book, The Future of the Mind by Mikio Kaku. And I think it's going to kind of entail some things that this system might be, some of the plans they may have for us when it comes to the mind in the near future. So this would be a good read, I think. And I have not yet read it, but I will soon. The last three books I want to mention, they kind of tie into the same topic. And you guys do know that there are lost worlds and continents that have been hidden from our sight and been hidden from our mind. There's a lot of worlds below ground and above, and even here, on surface, that this system has changed the names and disguised and confused us about. But these books, the first one that was recommended to me is America is the True Old World, Mu Discovered. This book is written by Amanhotep Chavis El Bey. This is one that I would recommend if you're really interested in finding out about these old territories, these old continents. This would be one I would recommend to you. America is the true old world, is what they're saying, and destined to rewrite the history books due to the topics of this book. Then there's America is the True Old World, Volume 2, The Promised Land. These two books, and they appear to be a short read, but very, very powerful. So I have not read these yet, but you know what? I'm going to recommend you do research the review on them. And, if you got time and you want to, before I could even get to them and can't elaborate more, you may want to check them out yourselves and look at the reviews and possibly go ahead and get them and get started. They just it might work for you. And the last book I wanted to give to you to research is called The Lost Continent of Mu, which is kind of on the same topic of the last two books. And this one is by James Churchward. This one came highly recommended for those that are interested in these lost continents, these lost territories that actually, I say lost, they're actually hidden. This one talks about Alpha, the beginning, the lost continent, the land of man's advent on earth, records of the lost continent, the Egyptian sacred volume, Book of the Dead, Mu, the empire of the sun, Age of Mu civilization, man's first religion, talks about that, symbols, North America's place among the ancient civilizations. So much information concerning Mu, the lost civilization, the lost continent. So this is one that you may want to kind of research, dig in, and look at the reviews and see if it might be one that you're interested in. I've had people to ask me about the kinds of books that I read, what kind of information. But the information I'm getting, you know, where am I getting it from? And I always tell people, well, first I go within. I try to get as much information as I can within myself. I'll get, you know, downloads periodically. And outside of that, then I'll, you know, be in search of these books. And I'll talk to people who, you know, have already read a lot of the books, like I said, or they have been recommended to them, and so they'll share that information with me, and I'll pick them up. I try to always go to the used bookstore first. There's several. You can just put in Google used bookstores, and there's a few of them that'll come up. I try to go through them first, and if I can't find, you know, any of them there, then I'll look for black book owners bookstores. I say black because that's what many people resonate with, but I try to buy black as much as I can. And then if I can't find those books that I need and that I want through black owner bookstores, then I'll go ahead and try Amazon. But that's just how I do it, so that I try to first, you know, honor my people and you know, and support them. But those are the books, a few more of the books that I have in my library, and there's many, many more. So I just don't want to spend a long time, you know, the whole video talking about all the books that I have, but just giving you a few at a time that might pique your interest, and you want to go out and check them out and kind of see if, you know, if there's something in there that might really help you in your quest to learn and move forward. So that's about it today. I said it was going to be short, and I said I'm going to keep my word. And sometimes people will resonate better with the shorter videos sometimes. And sometimes people don't have time to, you know, dig in the longer videos. So I'm going to sign off now, and got a couple of things I need to do before it gets dark out here. But of course I'm out in nature. Y'all know where I am. So I want to thank you guys for listening. I'm going to ask you to like the video, share it, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed with me already. And like I said, periodically I'll be sharing more of my books from my library. Because a lot of the books that I have, like I said before, people share it with me, and I'm just so glad that I got that information, because I have learned so much more. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll do another short video, and I'll share more of what I have, and you know, and how I'm learning. But thank you again. Thank you for listening. Blessings to you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening, and take care of yourself, guys. With all that's going on, make sure you're getting rest, drinking lots of water, and eating your fruit and healthy goods, and stay in peace, guys. We have to stay in peace. Whatever we need to do that, let's do that. I love you. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste to you, and Ashe. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Again, peace to you, and kisses. Bye-bye.